and welcome to another episode of Dallas Watch. You should be watching this on, at least it's being released on Valentine's Day. I hope you're not watching it tonight on Valentine's Day because you are with your honey, you're having a great dinner, and maybe a little something else we should talk about by now, but and you're watching it the next day on February the 15th because you had such a superb Valentine's Day. But what else is coming up? Oh, you got to be aware of February 18th, Tuesday. That is the beginning of early voting. So you need to get started on your research. We're going to throw up those websites again. Now today we were going to talk about some other county offices. They're going to the county courts, county attorneys, the tax assessor. He's only one guy. The tax assessor, he's the guy you go down and pay your, I think John Warren's his name. May be different now, but he's the guy you go and pay your car registration to and that kind of stuff. But so these are minor, they're important, but they're minor county officials that we have to vote on. And you will be able to find out who these people are that you're going to be voting for or who are going to appear on your ballot when you go to these websites. There's that DallasCountyVotes.org/voter-lookup. where all you got to do is put in your first and last name and your birth date, and that'll come up. Or if you know your voter ID number, you can put that up there, and that should by then come up with your sample ballot. You can see who's going to be on there, and I think it's a good idea to look at that sample ballot. So when you go in there to vote, you can have a good idea. You can kind of know where it is and who's going to be on there, so you're not totally surprised when you walk in there. I'm a big fan of preparation. You've got the state of Texas, or actually it's the state Secretary of State, that sos.state.tx.us, and the website will be up there. That's another place to go take a look at the election, who your candidates are. Then again, I've told you before about Ballotpedia. The only bad thing about Ballotpedia is it only lists the candidates that go on there and enter their information. And it's information they enter. It's not necessarily, well, let's just say it's how they want to appear, okay? And it may not be the way things really are. But it's easy to maneuver through. It's got a lot of good information on there. The reason you need to do this, I told you, there's a good saying out there, or one that I put some stock in, which is give a man a fish and he'll eat today. You teach him to research his candidates and he will enjoy freedom and prosperity all his days. At least be a better man for doing it. Let's go back to these candidates. There's going to be so many of them, we just can't cover who they are. So that's why it's critical to find out where you're going to be voting. When I say where, I mean who is going to appear on your ballot. That's why you need to go see who is on your ballot by going to these websites. It is, believe me, it is critical because you're getting down in here and these people have some impact on your life. You've got the county courts. You're going to have to look at those guys. I mean, that's, when you go to court, if you've got a traffic ticket or something like that, you're going to have to deal with these guys. And you got county attorneys. These are the guys that, they work for the county and they press the counties. Mainly they prosecute criminals, which is good, but sometimes you may enter the criminal justice system. You don't mean to. It's just by accident. You may get out of it because you're found innocent or the evidence isn't there. But if these county attorneys are the guys that prosecute the case, so you may be seeing them in court. Now the tax assessor, again, he's just the guy that takes the money in for property taxes, for your tax on your automobile, transfers, things like that. But he's still in there. But you really do need to go. I can't emphasize this enough that you've got to do your due diligence on these websites. We'll try to keep them up there as long as possible so you can catch them and take a look at them. Again, if you haven't registered to vote, this is a moot point. It's too late. But if you are registered to vote, spend some time looking at that and write down who you're going to vote for before you go into the voting booth, before you go vote. Because you can vote pretty quick. This is, again, February 18th is just when you see this, if you see it on the day it comes out, which will be on the 14th, you can get ready to go down there. And early voting goes on for about 2 weeks, 2 full weeks, and you can get it done. But anyway, so that's where we are. We're going to call it a day for today. The next episode, we're going to cover county commissioners. That's a pretty interesting bunch of folks there. So anyway, we'll see you next week, and have a good day. Bye-bye. I really appreciate you tuning in to watch the show. Please hit the like and share button and share it with your friends and family. If you'd like to give us some feedback, we'd love to hear from you. Just email us at dallaswatch2020@gmail.com. Also, please consider a tax-deductible donation. You can go to www.returnlee.org. And also, don't forget, tune in every Friday, 7:30 Dallas time. New episode comes out of Dallas Watch. See you then. So long.